How's it going, guys, and welcome back. Let's not waste any time and jump right into things you want to make sure you don't miss out on in the Dustbowl. The very first thing we want to do as soon as we gain control of Cloud when we get to the Dustbowl and they lock the girls up is go downstairs and open the chest to get the Umbral Blade, which is going to be another weapon for Cloud. Now, most of the events and minigames in the Dustbowl are going to be to get the greens, which are for the main objective of feeding 3 greens to the Chocobo. However, there are way more than 3 different events and minigames we can do to get these greens, making more than half of these events optional, and some of them have some unique rewards we want to make sure we pick up. The first of which is going to be the Dragon Claws weapon for Tifa, which is a reward for getting rank 3 on the Desert Rush minigame, which is located just here. As a quick side note, if you do return to the Dustbowl during chapter number 12 later on in the game, you can actually do another different level of this Desert Rush minigame to get a Box Crusher accessory. But for now, in this minigame, all we need to do is get rank 3 for the Dragon Claws weapon. For the next 3 items, we want to go to the Beast Underground tournament, which, as you guessed, takes place underground. To get here, we need to go to the right-hand side of this small town and head down the ladder. When we first participate in these challenges, we'll notice there's only 3 different levels available. And by completing these 3, we'll get one of the Chocobo greens we need for the main objective. However, if we speak to the NPC again, we'll notice 3 more challenges have appeared. If we do the first one of these 3 new challenges, we're going to get the Noble Thieves Gloves. This accessory actually increases the steal success rate, so definitely pick these up at least. And if we do the second and third of the new challenges, we're going to get the Way of the Fist Volume 3 and the Beast Killer Badge. Once we've done with the underground tournament, we want to go up and talk to the bartender, which is located just to the left behind the notice board where the side quests are posted. By talking to the bartender, he will give us a key so that we can access the cave just to the north of the Dustbowl. Now, if we follow this cave all the way to the end, there'll be a group of cactuars and another Chocobo green. However, just before we get to the cactuar area, we're going to notice there's a split road that if we go right, we're going to be able to find a poison materia. And very shortly after that poison materia, if we take a left instead of the right, just before we get to the cactuars and the Chocobo green, we can drop down to the left and get another HP up materia. Also, after the cactuars fight and picking up the green, just after the zip line we take to get back down to town, there's going to be a chest with 4,000 gil in it. If you're still in need of more gil, there's going to be another chest in town with 1,500 gil. That's located at the end of this alleyway where the Stalker Discovery event takes place, if that's one of the ones you did to get the Chocobo greens. For some reason, I didn't record myself actually opening this chest, but it's this one right here, as you can see in the gameplay. Also, if we go over to the House of Cards, we can buy the Queen's Blood booster pack called the Hard Hitters. Then, of course, defeat the 3 Queen's Blood players marked on the map to get an extra 3 cards. As we mentioned before, pretty much all of these discoveries and events that we do in this area are going to give us the Chocobo greens for the main story. And while the rest of these discovery events we haven't mentioned in the video don't give us anything useful other than the Chocobo greens, you can actually go around and complete all of these if you want, as if you have 3 of these extra greens, you can spend them at Esther's tack shop and buy the gi set for your Chocobo. And last but not least, you can actually get another steal materia if you go back upstairs in the mansion where you first started in the Dustbowl. There's going to be a room that was closed to begin with, and now it will be open, and inside you can find the materia. However, personally, I didn't see this materia until I came back to the Dustbowl during chapter 9, but I believe it could be available just before you leave the Dustbowl after the Chocobo race events. So if you do feel like checking this out just before you leave the Dustbowl in chapter 8, go back upstairs and you can check if this door's open. If it's not, just come back at the start of chapter number 9. Anyway, those are the things I would recommend doing before you leave the Dustbowl in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I hope you did find this video helpful. If you did, don't forget the thumbs up button, subscribe for more content coming very soon, and we'll see you next time.